Can't get enough twisted vines? Well, this video is for you, and hello and welcome to the show. This is Locked2 and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial on the internet. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be going over and showing you how to build a twisted vine farm in Minecraft. Yeah, that thing. It's very easy, and it's very efficient as well. So, without further ado, let's just dive straight into the tutorial. Also, you might as well leave a like because it helps the video out. Alrighty, so with all that out of the way, it's time to show you how to make this farm. So the first thing we need to do is show you what kind of materials you will need. The only materials you will need is pixels on your screen. Okay, fine, let's go into the actual blocks you'll need. So you will need a bunch of glass. You don't need glass, but if you want to see the inside the farm, you can use some glass. And then you need yourself about 2 stacks of regular blocks, 2 observers, about 10 different pistons or more or less, however big you want this farm. Sticky piston or regular piston, it doesn't matter. Beware, sticky pistons are very sticky. I learned that the hard way and now I'm stuck to a wall, and I've been here for 173,000 years. And that is the exact same situation with repeaters. If your farm is super big, you might need more than 2 repeaters. If your farm is super small, you might need less than 2 repeaters. Also, you need yourself a bunch of redstone inside of here. You need yourself at least 1 twisted vine to get started with. And also, you will want a few warp blocks. You can only get these in the nether, and you can only mine them with silk touch. And how you can tell how many warp blocks you want is basically 1 warp block can plant 1 vine stalk. So, however many vine stalks you want, that's how many warp blocks you'll need. Give me all the nylilium blocks. You will also need a chest and a couple ladders and a little bit of a trapdoor here and a few hoppers and a hopper minecart and about 2 powered rails and a redstone torch and about 20-ish rails, depending on how big this farm is gonna be. With all that out of the way, this is how you build the farm. Step 1, make a line of warp nylilium and 1 block thick, as long as you want. And then step 2, go over and put a backing on the warp nylilium with any type of block that you really like. And then you want to go over and pick how you want the pistons. If you want to see the pistons, you can do it like that, and just have the pistons break the blocks, which is the warped nylilium stem twisted vine things, or you could go over and use some sticky pistons and put it behind a wall like so, and have the wall magically come forward and break the twisted vines. In this case, I just personally want to go with the pistons that are sticky, that are behind the wall, and then push the wall out to break the twisted vines because it looks a little bit more neat, Also, don't forget to go over and put the twisted vines on the warp nylilium. And also put some blocks on the sides of the warp nylilium on the ground, and also put some blocks behind the pistons as well. And you want to go over and put some observers on each side of the nice warped nylilium on the ground, just like so, 1 block above the pistons, which is 3 blocks above the ground, which is the warp nylilium. And you also want to go over and put some blocks behind the observers so you can run some redstone wires. Also, make sure you have the face part of the observer where the crops are going to grow, because if you have it backwards, it will not work. Then you'll be there all week breaking twisted vines otherwise. The next thing you want to do is go over and put a redstone line from the observer all the way back behind the pistons and hook both observers up with the redstone line, just like so. Also, the repeaters are for making the redstone pulse slower and extend how far the redstone reaches. In this case, I need to make the redstone pulse longer. With no pulse, the pistons spit the blocks out and don't bring them back in, so you need at least 1 tick delay on the repeaters to make the pistons bring the blocks back in. Also, while you're at it, you might as well put the front on. It doesn't matter what block you build it out of, as long as it can be 1 block and not something like, a glass pane. So it can be a glass block, it can be prismarine, and, I wouldn't recommend TNT, but it can be pretty much any block in the game for the front. And then you can do any type of decorating you want with the front of the machine as well. I went for a arch type design, and then I got distracted and started building, and building, and building even more. 7 minutes later, still building, but it's pretty much done, right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alrighty. In other words, I've built a lot. Alrighty, so the next thing we need to do is get a storage system working. And for that, we want to go over here and dig and dig and dig under this farm. And we also want to go over and make sure we dig under the warped nylilium as well. And make sure you have a 1 block gap in between the warped nylilium and the ground. Sort of like this right here, as you see. And for the storage of this device, we're going to be using some hopper minecarts. And for that, we need to go over and get a circle for rails here, as you see. So we're just going to go over and do a little bit of this, make a complete circle, just like, okay, what am I doing here? Let's, oh dear, the rails are messing up. There we go, we got this, alrighty. Now we're going to go over and figure out where we want the hoppers to be, because we want the hopper minecart to go over some hoppers to collect the twisted vines, and I'd say right there would do, and we're going to have 2 hoppers just for a little extra efficiency, just like so, and it looks pretty good. And we also want to go over and get ourselves a glorious chest here, alright? A hopper going into a double chest should do just fine for us right now, and of course go over and put down some powered rails, and maybe use redstone torches if you want, or some detector rails here to make the powered rails get powered so the hopper minecart goes in the circle. But yeah, that should do pretty good for the storage area here. Now we can just go over and cover our big old hole up and forget it's even there. And we all know why we cover these holes up. It's so nobody knows it's there besides us, so we can make our redstone machine look pristine condition with no holes anywhere. But in reality, there's holes coming out the yazoo like Swiss cheese. It's just how humans are. We always want stuff to look amazing. Either way though, we can go over and put the trapdoors on, and there we go, we've completed this redstone machine. Amazing. Either way though, I really hope this video did help you out. If it did, make sure to leave a like, or if it didn't help you out, yeah, at least enjoyed it, you know, at least leave a like. Show some support if you want. It does help the video out insanely a lot. Maybe more than you know. Also, if you are new and want to subscribe, you can. It is free and only minus 17,691.73% of people are actually subscribed, so you might as well. Also, it would help us reach 4,000 subs, which would be pretty insane indeed. Also, if you have a friend who could find this video helpful, make sure to share it to them. Either way though, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. This has been Locke, and I am out of here. Psst. By the way, the twisted vines are growing super fast because I actually have the game rule tick speed set to 1000, because like I said earlier, humans like things that look good, and I think it looks pretty neat when the tick speed is all the way set up to 1000. Alright, goodbye, see you next time. Time for some bloopers out the yazoo. Also, so you want to go over and have those repeaters there for that. Because, you know, you always want to have yourself that glorious wall instead of the wall being the wall. But the one redstone pulse is way too fast, and it will leave the...